So you made the Dreamcast one, not the PlayStation 2 one? Looks like there's less than there was for Nintendo 64. This should be pretty quick. Especially considering the first three I already don't recognize at all. What is this? Fire Talkers? What does that say? Oh, it is Time Stalker. You know what? Here, let's see. It is Time Stalker. I've never played this. I have no fucking clue what this is, I don't think. Yeah, this... I haven't the foggiest. Certainly never played Ooga Booga. Finally one that I have played, though. OG Resident Evil 2 on the Dreamcast. I gotta tell you, I didn't really like it. I know everyone loves Resident Evil, like the old Resident Evils. I was never huge into them. They were okay, but I just don't know, man. They're just so stiff. Maybe I'd appreciate it now that I'm older, but when I was younger, I just did not really get into them. And Dreamcast wasn't necessarily the best console for these kind of games. God damn. I hated how long the doors took to open. Alright, I'm just gonna go see. That's even being generous. I remember not really getting into them at all. There's a mod to skip the door animation. There's a mod to skip the door animation, but we are not talking about 2022 playing Resident Evil OG. We are talking about literally 1998 fucking 4-year-old Charles playing Resident Evil 2 on his Dreamcast. The issue isn't with the game currently. It's when I played it. There was a mod back then. Yeah, I just had to go down to EB Games and haggle with the store owner to give me his Dreamcast memory card. Yeah, I don't know what this is. I think this is Daedalus, but I definitely don't recognize that. This is Virtua Fighter, though. I loved Virtua Fighter. Which one is this? Is it Virtua Fighter 3? I think it is. Virtua Fighter is such a fun fighting franchise. It's a shame that it's super dead now. They didn't keep up with it. Yeah, it looks like it was 3. These games were so fun. Didn't they make 5? Yeah, the newest one's 5, but it's not that new. If I remember correctly, it came out in like 2013. And it got updates all the way up to like 2017, but still, it's super dead. Alright, I think Virtua Fighter is just a classic fighting game. I'll give that an A. It's not an S though, because we have Power Stone on Dreamcast, so it can't be an S. They're not on the same level. House of the Dead though? Bro, that is easy S. House of the Dead is so fun. Even without the actual, like, arcade blasters, just playing that game on the home console, so enjoyable. Oh, so good. Missed the raid notification you used to have? Yeah, House of the Dead used to be my raid notification.
You've come. Friends, the door of fate shall open.
I've been waiting for you, friends.
I've been waiting for you, friends.
Iconic.
Goldman!
Iconic.
Do you know what you're doing?
That's up there with Tears Lost in the Rain.
I'm fully aware of what I'm doing. Can't you see?
Protect the life cycle.
Man committed a sin, disturbing the life cycle of nature. The original sin that man is responsible to protect the life cycle. I have made
You see that emotion? You see that? You can't find that. That's just God-given talent. He was born with the acting genes. The emphasis. Really selling the stakes.
This is the final battle.
Oh yeah, House of the Dead 2, definite S. I did play a lot of fishing games. Is this Sega Bass Fishing? It is Sega Bass Fishing. This isn't the best one, but this one was pretty good from what I remember. But Dreamcast fishing's fucking epic.
I just want to jam out to this music. It's great.
Oh my god, I forgot all about that thing.
It's gone. Don't let it.
I don't know, there was something special about the Sega fishing games. Maybe it's just because I had really fond memories because my dad and I always played them together. This one I don't remember super well, but it's Sega Fishing, so I'm just going to give it a B by default. They were all pretty good. This one I already talked about for Nintendo 64. I didn't play it on Dreamcast. I played this on N64. No, it's definitely the game I'm thinking of. It was very Crash Bandicoot-esque. I don't remember too much about it. I remember the Crash Bandicoot element to it here, but I don't remember like anything beyond that. The one I mainly remember is the one where you can be Darkwing. And I guess that's not this one. Looks fine though. I'm sure I probably enjoyed it. I'll just give it a B. Is this the rhythm game? Oh, this one's kind of like Guitaru. An old PlayStation 1 game. Oh, so this song was in DDR. Let's go, yeah. I do not really remember this game. I don't know if I ever played it. This is cool though. DMCA? No. Ricky Martin wouldn't do that to us. I'll just put it in never played since I don't remember it. I played pretty much every Street Fighter game on Dreamcast. So Double Impact I remember liking pretty okay. EX3 was like a really under the radar, like stinky one that people hated, but I loved. Double Impact was alright. Keep in mind I was never a pro fighting game player, so it was just me and my friends playing. So it was always just a fucking mess. I'll give that a B tier. Space Race, I remember that game. Looney Tunes had a ton of games back in the day. This game was awesome. This game was fun. Any kind of like kart racer, you couldn't really go wrong with. It was just a fun genre. It was a good game. That'll be an A. Buzz Lightyear, oh fuck yeah. I remember the first time I ever got babysat was when I was playing Buzz Lightyear. Oh, this looks exactly how I remember it in my head. Let's go. Man, this game was so hype. Oh, fuck. It even looks like it holds up well. The gunplay looks better than Saints Row, at least. This looks good. Okay, that's gonna be A tier. Didn't play Spawn, the cover scared me. Oh, here we go, Third Strike. That's one of the better ones. Third Strike was great. Oh, man. It had such a good cast, too. This guy was kind of fucking busted. The Pepsi guy. Pepsi and Coke blended together here. This guy was nuts. That one's probably going to be S tier. I'd put that up there with Power Stone. I played the shit out of it. Project Justice was super fun. This was the... Well, actually, I hope I'm not getting confused. Project Justice was the one with the kid in the baseball bat, right? And the guy with, like, the massively spiky hair that looked like Paul, but times 10. No, it's definitely this one. What are you talking about? Oh, wait, maybe it's not. Oh, no. I remember this one. I remember this. You had the really wacky team attacks. Is this really not the one with the baseball bat? Project Justice is Rival Schools 2. Oh, okay, then I'm right, yeah. Man, Dreamcast just had actually goated fighting games. Hard to believe there was a time where fighting games were like the popular genre. I'd give that an A. Well, yeah, I'd give it an A. I don't think it was better than Third Strike. I remember playing more of Third Strike. Virtual On, though, that's S tier. Oh my god, this game was so good. Such a cool aesthetic, too. Oh yeah, I forgot it actually had arcade cabinets. That's probably where most people remember it. I played the shit out of it on Dreamcast. Do they still make Virtual On games? Because it was pretty popular. No, they don't. No, it's just a minigame in Yakuza now. Aw. The final boss, when you go through like the arcade ladder, was unbeatable for me. It's like this giant fucking eye thing with a million lasers. Yeah, Virtual On, S tier. Power Stone is S tier. I wish they'd make more Power Stone. I think it'd do well. God, Power Stone is so good. Power Stone 1 and 2 are just amazing. It's such a fun fighting game. It's a really unique one. Oh. The sound effects are already so nostalgic. Oh, wow. Whoever's playing Rogue is trash. Embarrassing. Yeah, that game is just amazing. Power Stone 2 is better. Where's Power Stone 2? Let me just put that up there now. Oh, here it is. Oh, they used a different cover. That's not the, like, standard cover. This is the standard cover. I think they're using, like, the international one. God, the game is so fucking good. Absolute S tier. And this game was perfect for, like, a reptile brain glue-sniffing idiot like me. Because the final boss wasn't nearly as hard as, like, Virtual On. The final boss is just, like, this guy that loves to eat. So all he does is, like, eat and then occasionally attack. It was super easy. So I'd beat the game infinitely. Beat the game, but you know what I mean. Oh, it's still so cool. It's still so fucking cool. Oh my god. This game looks nuts. It is. It is. It's such a good game. I can't express enough how good Power Stone 1 and 2 are. I really wish they would revisit that franchise. It deserves it. I think it would do well. I genuinely think it would do well.
Shoot. Left.
So this was like an exercise game?
Shoot.
Okay.
Right, left.
Definitely didn't play that. I didn't get any exercise as a kid. 18 wheeler. American Pro Trucker.
There are versus mode.
This
where you
seems
can
like a
battle
game I
it
would have
out with
played.
Another player. Records where you can view.
But I do
your
not remember
scores,
it.
And options.
Another fishing game that just auto B tier until we get to the Sega fishing. Razor game I didn't play. I did play Rogue Spear. I actually had this in my video game rack. It was one of the first games on there. It was pretty good. I never really got like a full understanding of how the attack system worked here, where you plan your attacks on the target. I never really understood that. But the actual gameplay was fun. Now this one's the Frogger Adventure. Do they still do anything with Frogger? Played this on Game Boy. I don't remember if I played this on Dreamcast. I did play it. I imagine I probably played it on Dreamcast. Either Dreamcast or PS1. It's just standard Frogger, nothing crazy. It was fun. It was fine. I'm just gonna say I didn't play these two. I don't recognize them at all. I think I played Mag Force. Is this the F-Zero game? Oh, the F-Zero-like game. Yeah, it is. I remember this not being very good. And it definitely doesn't look very good. Yeah, this definitely looks like shit. And I didn't really like it as a kid. I think this is going to be the first F tier. That looks terrible. I don't remember hating it as a kid, but that just looks like shit. I imagine I hated it. I actually don't remember if I ever played Echo the Dolphin. It's one of the biggest games on Dreamcast. I know that. I just don't remember if I actually played it.
Protected by their greatest creation, the Guardian shielded them with its immense power.
This makes me want to play it. This looks good. So what do you do in the game? You just swim around, that's it? Huh. Alright, never played. Nomad Soul, I did play, just not when I was a kid. That's David Cage's game. That shit is not good. It's like goofy bad though. Like it's fun bad. I made a video on this game back in the day. I'm pretty sure it's David Bowie for soundtrack, right? It just wasn't very good. It wasn't a very good game. This is a style of game that's just beyond dead. The Banjo-Kazooie style, where every character just makes goofy noises. Nope. Definitely didn't play that. Looks like shit though. NFL Blitz I didn't play on the Dreamcast. Played that on the N64. I totally forgot Dreamcast actually had online gameplay. I don't think I ever played anything on the Dreamcast online. The net code here seems pretty good. I mean, this still looks better than Nintendo Online. You try and play this shit on Nintendo right now on the Switch, your shit's gonna be lagging, probably DC. Last good UFC game. Yeah. Let's see the gameplay. Oh, wow. What a matchup. Tito and Shuck. Wow. Let's go! This actually looks pretty good for Dreamcast. Like, visually. Yeah, this looks pretty good. It's a shame I didn't play it. Don't think I played. Danger Cop, though. Danger Cop is fucking awesome. Or, not, Jesus, I'm saying Danger. Dynamite Cop. I made like 3 videos on Dynamite Cop. How long ago did I play it? I didn't play this when it was like on the Dreamcast, though, when I was a kid. I don't remember when I played it. 8 years ago. It's such a cool game. And it actually holds up pretty well. Like, it's still actually a cool game. Dynamite Cop is actually pretty fucking hype. I can't decide between A and S, though. It has to speak volumes that a game is still fun that late. Like, an old game is still fun. It's just like a really classical beat-em-up kind of game, but with so much personality. And so many fun mechanics. God, the action's cool. I wish the player would be a little more attentive, though. Capcom vs. SNK. I don't remember if I played this one. Alright, never played that. Let's see World Party, though. I don't remember if I played this Worms game. I'm sure I did, though. I played all of them. Like, pretty much all of them. I love Worms. Except I didn't play their newest one, because it's a very big departure from normal Worms, and I didn't like the direction. Yep, just classic Worms. I'm sure I played it. Anything Worms, easy A tier. But it's not Armageddon, so it can't be S tier. Soldier of Fortune, I already told that whole story. That was not on Dreamcast for me. Outrigger was awesome. This game was fucking cool. Doesn't look exactly how I remember it, I'm gonna be honest. I remembered the movement being a lot more smooth. Maybe the guy playing's bad. He's treating the character like it's a turret. It's a fun game. Don't let the player deceive you. I remember that being a lot smoother. I'm giving that an A. Oh, this is King of Fighters. I never really got into King of Fighters, so I highly doubt I played it on the Dreamcast. Alright, Shenmue. I never liked Shenmue. I tried to like Shenmue 3. I gave it my best, but it's just not very good. I played this when I was a kid. I didn't like it. I played it as an adult, even made, I think, 2 videos on it. It's still just not good. Like, they're just not fun. They're just straight up not fun games. Like, they're pretty interesting, like, conceptually, but they're just not fun.
I'm sorry, Dio. The weather was awful.
The voice
so
acting's
I
good,
stayed
though.
inside all day. She knows about everything that occurs in this neighborhood.
Is that so?
Yeah, everyone just sounds lobotomized. There's, like, non-existent gameplay. It's just, it was never fun. Even when I went back and revisited it back in, what, like 2014, it just wasn't fun. Yeah, it's not an F tier. It's definitely not as bad as Mag Force, but it's going to be D for me. Star Wars Jedi Power Battles. Is this the one where it's one-on-one? The lightsaber duels? I did play this game, but I definitely played it on the PlayStation 1, not the Dreamcast. Yeah, didn't play it on the Dreamcast. Cannon Strike. This is my little hidden gem. This game, if you still have the disc, or Cannon Spike. If you still have the disc, the original disc, this is like a $200 game. It's a really rare disc. And I had it and traded into GameStop and got fucking nothing for it. It's a pretty good game. It's a top-down shooter. The fuck is a Dreamcast? Man, that just hurts to read. Wow. It's a cool game. A tier. Fighting Force 2, also pretty cool.
I kind of ride.
Damn, the visuals hold up well. Looks nice. Fuck yeah. I already said that. Second game has nothing to do with the original. I don't really remember the original. I just remember this one. It was a cool game. Not nearly as cool as the other games in A tier though, so that's gonna be a B. Sword of the Berserk, I think it says. I imagine that's shit. Oh, never mind. This actually looks pretty good just instantly. It's a hack and slash. That looks good. Never played it. I don't think there's anyone on the planet that played Crazy Taxi and didn't like it growing up. Just general, wholesome, fun game. Zero complaints. Don't know that, don't know that. Another sports game. This Gundam game, I always really wanted to like, but just never did. The cover was so cool to me though, which is why I picked it out at EB Games.
If you stick together or split up, or whatever tactics you feel.
I just never liked the game. Always wanted to though, but just never did. That does say Jet Grind Radio, though, right? This isn't Jet Set Radio. They're two different games, right? Because one of them was an upgrade. Oh, no, I see. Jet Grind Radio was the US release of the game under a different name. Okay, I mean, I guess I must have played it on Dreamcast then. It's a cool game. I remember playing it. My parents were watching an Arnold Schwarzenegger movie. I can't remember which one it was. No, it was a Sylvester Stallone movie. Maybe someone can tell me what this movie was. I will always remember this. Sylvester Stallone was talking to a girl who was telling her story about how she watched her parents get murdered while she was in a closet. So she was talking about how she was hiding in a closet. Her parents knew that they were about to get killed, so they stuffed her in a closet, and she just sat there and watched her parents get murdered. Was it Rambo? I don't think so. I think Cobra sounds a lot more familiar. Because I know Rambo. I remember Rambo pretty well. And it wasn't. I don't think it was Rambo. Let me see. Yeah, I think it's Cobra. I think everyone knows Jet Set. This game became such a huge hit. Can't decide between A and S. Probably S. I don't think I ever played Marvel vs. Capcom on the Dreamcast. Didn't play that. Typing of the Dead. S tier. Fucking obvious. I was just talking about that earlier. Again, I don't think I played Marvel vs. Capcom on Dreamcast. Worms Armageddon. S tier. Back to back, baby. God, Armageddon is so good. Holy shit, Worms Armageddon is so good. That has to be the most boring game of all time. The Ring Terror's Realm. Oh, God.
No, I can't believe it's Robert. No.
Oh, God. Rob. You goof.
What happened? I don't believe this.
I see.
Calm down. Jesus, let him talk.
Explain your relation.
Oh my god.
Well, we'll get to the bottom of this.
This game looks great.
I'm still alive. I'll work for this company without you, Robert. I shouldn't mourn your death forever. Right.
Wow. Hey, it's about as good as the original Ring. Hats off to everyone who always says the original Ring is one of the best horror movies ever. Movie fucking sucks. I watched the original Ring and the original Grudge. They're both trash. They're just not good. Hydro Thunder, I think that's an easy S tier. Everyone knows Hydro Thunder's just one of the best fucking games ever. It's just such a classic. Rayman 2 I played on N64, didn't play Sega Rally. Don't know that. This is just called Confidential Mission. Who the fuck is that guy? He looks awesome. Oh, God!
It's over, Agent Gibson. Prepare to die.
Looks pretty cool, didn't play it. Charge and Blast, though. Even made a video on this one. This one was another hidden gem for me. No one ever really talked about Charge and Blast, but this game is amazing. This was such a good game. Also made a video on this not too long ago, like 9 years ago. And then you fight Godzilla.
An energy cell.
Oh, actually, I skipped it.
Destroy the shield.
Yeah, it's just a great game. I don't think it's S tier, though. I think I'd give it A tier. It's not as good as the others in the S tier. You just move side to side. Yep. But it's carried by good by good enemies. And it's challenging. You have to dodge a lot, you need to have fast reflexes, you need to charge, you need to blast. It's a great game. It's a lot like League of Legends, honestly, when it comes to skill ceiling. Oh, God, this was so good. Best fishing game ever made. My dad and I played this all the time. One of the levels you go into deep sea fishing, you're in open water, and if you let your lure sink to the bottom, you get to see a giant whale. And I used to be so afraid of that shit. It was like a sea monster to me. Always scared the shit out of me. God, it was good. You can also catch sharks and shit on one of the maps where it's next to the beach. They had everything. They had every goddamn fish to ever exist. Dino Crisis I played like 10 years ago. It's an okay game. I didn't play it as a kid. People love Dino Crisis, though. I don't think it's great. It's okay.
It had to be some sort of animal.
Yeah. It was just okay. If I played it as a kid, I might have liked it more. Assuming there wasn't, like, a ton of blood, even though it looks like there was. Didn't play this on Dreamcast. Eel Bleed is another one of those games I didn't play as a kid, but I played as an adult like 10 years ago. This game is so good. It's so stupid. It's so fucking stupid.
Well, then you're going to either win or lose. You never expect to die before your dreams come true.
Oh, don't skip it. What the fuck? They didn't even talk about Jimmy. If I remember correctly, aren't they doing a new Eel Bleed? I vaguely remember them announcing a new one, right? Or am I just completely wrong? I thought for sure they announced a new Eel Bleed. Oh, that's so good. I think Eel Bleed is amazing. It holds up pretty well. I had fun playing it 10 years ago. Max fucking Steel. I used to love Max Steel. Nobody remembers Max Steel. Going turbo.
Checking on my luggage.
Oh, all these missiles.
Yep, this game looks about as shit as I remember.
Okay, well let's pick up.
Yeah, the game wasn't very good. Max Steel was super cool though. I even had like a big Max Steel doll, and he used to take his clothes off. He didn't have a penis or anything though. Soul Calibur, hey, this was kind of fun. It's not the greatest fighting game franchise, but it does have the best character creator.
Even the worst Soul Calibur games, Soul Calibur 5, even the worst ones, they're still great. But just...
Nice. I don't think they're that great. They're fun, though. They are fun. I'd give this an A. This one I do remember because the cover has, like, action, strategy, and all that shit. Yeah, the first Rainbow Six. I do remember this. Like, as a kid, how could you not want action and strategy? And then you come right back to this bullshit that they had in Rogue Spear, and I couldn't figure it out. They scammed me again. But it's largely the same. I'd give that like a C. Sonic Adventure, S tier. Still, second best Sonic game they ever made, right behind Sonic Adventure 2. Absolute masterpiece. It's such a shame they don't really use this format. I don't even know why. It's far and away their most successful, and yet they've just abandoned it. True, I guess Sonic 06 did have similar format. They just butchered it. Such a good game. Crazy Taxi 2. I don't even remember them making that. I don't know if I played this one. I mean, it looks just more like... It looks like just more Crazy Taxi. Maybe I did. I'm just gonna put it in S tier just in case, because it's Crazy Taxi. If I played it, I know I loved it. Oh my god, I forgot all about this game. Slave Zero. This game is shit. But the cover was so cool, I couldn't not get it. Yeah, the game is super boring. This is just the whole game. But the cover, I couldn't refuse. The cover was just awesome. That's D tier, baby. Sonic Shuffle, B tier. Sonic Shuffle was Sonic's version of Mario Party, but it was done so underwhelmingly. I still enjoyed it though. Like it's still pretty cool. But yeah, this was their Mario Party game. Man, these guys suck. Fun game though. And then you get to play against Chaos. Chaos is in there. We just needed a little more time in the oven, I think. Silent Scope. Great game. I put so much time into Silent Scope. They even had the really cool arcade game where there was like a giant sniper that you get behind. Super fun. Super fun. Uh-oh. We have to save the First Lady! Fuck, this game was cool. And then last but not least, Caution Seaman. Didn't play it as a kid, but I played it like 10 years ago. It's a really interesting one, to say the least. There's no tier high enough for this game. Yeah, Caution Seaman's quite the experience.
I have waited 1,000 lifetimes for this moment. Smell that?
That's freedom. Freedom.
This game was so ahead of its time.
The funny thing is that it's there all the time. You don't always realize it when you're bogged down with so many other things, but you're always free as long as you're true to yourself.
Aw.
That's where freedom lies. Within yourself. Okay. I must be off.
Yeah, it's an S tier. It's an experience. All right, most of the games on Dreamcast I've now realized are ports from other systems. So I think most of these here I played on PlayStation or N64, but the Dreamcast exclusive ones, I got them all here. At least the ones I remember, which isn't that many. I thought there'd be more. This was a fun little nostalgia trip. I definitely thought there'd be more Dreamcast games. The rest are all from PlayStation or N64 that I played them on. Shame. Still a great console though. A lot of good S tiers.